And we welcome you back to Vancouver in the 1998 NBA Draft on TNT. Some of the most beautiful country you will ever see in this part of the world here in Vancouver, British Columbia. We're at GM Place, General Motors Place, the home of the Grizzlies, and we are up to pick number 9, which belongs to the Milwaukee Bucks. Here's a team that was 36-46, 7th in the Central Division, 26 games behind the Chicago Bulls. Where does Milwaukee go at this point, Hubie?
No, I think that Milwaukee takes the best player available, mainly because that was a team that was playing 500 basketball before the injury to Big Dog Robinson.
Right.
Now, if that didn't happen, that team probably would have made the playoffs. So they just ended on a bad note. But they have an excellent starting five.
And let's go to the commissioner.
With the 9th pick in the 1998 NBA Draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Dirk Nowitzki from Würzburg, Germany.
Dirk Nowitzki. Well, he knocked some eyes out at the Nike Summit. 6'10", 235. Hubie, guys, an international star.
Well, he can really run the floor. He's got a great motor there. He can stretch the D. The NBA 3 is going to be very easy for him because he's accustomed to shooting the international 3, and he will go to the NBA 3. He's got great athletic ability. One of the agents in Europe said this guy is a Porsche. He said that Schrempf is a Volkswagen compared to him. Now, I don't know if that's true, but I'll tell you what, he has a great feel for the game in terms of his passing skills, and he's able to make any one of 3 great variety of passes that point guards can make. So you could run some point forward with him.
And the personal side now of Dirk Nowitzki, he's from Würzburg, Germany, in Bavaria. And you know who else came from Würzburg? I challenge you guys. It would be the physicist Wilhelm Röntgen, who discovered X-rays in 1895 and got the Nobel Prize for that.
I thought you were going to say some guy who made a bratwurst or something.
No, but judging from the beard, I think he had something to do also with cough drops. I'm not knowing. But Dirk Nowitzki is the pick. Let me check in with Peter Vesey real quickly. Boston's on the clock right now. Peter?
Well, don't look for Nowitzki and Traylor to stay with their respective teams. Look for them to swap teams. Don Nelson wanted to take Nowitzki at number 6. His owner said no way. So I believe he's dropped back to Milwaukee and traded 6 for 9 and 19. So the trade won't be announced until after Milwaukee drafts for Dallas at number 19.
All right, Peter, but isn't there some uncertainty here, Hubie, on what Nowitzki is going to do? I mean, is he going to sign with Kinder Bologna in Italy and play there? I mean, is he going to stay in the NBA? What's up?
Well, right now he has options, which is good, for the young man. He right now, if he signs with Kinder Bologna that just won the European Championship in Italy, all right, there's a possibility there. He can also stay and play in Germany because the Division II team that he played on qualified to play Division I, and he's getting home country pressure to stay in Germany and play for the home team now that they're going to be a Division I team. Now, naturally being drafted here, if Peter is correct and he does go to Dallas, well, Dallas will sit on him for 1 or 2 years and let him fulfill his obligation, whether it's in Italy or in Germany, and then he can come back as a 21-year-old and play for Dallas.
I guess I'll sit there. All right. Yeah.
Well, welcome everybody. This is a pleasant day indeed. I'll start by talking a little bit about Dirk Nowitzki, who is, as you know, has been with us for a day and a half now, and will be leaving tomorrow. We've done a lot of fun things today. The most fun probably is to buy him a new suit, and then to get him to wear it was yet another traumatic experience. But he'll be leaving tomorrow, and just to let everybody know, I have asked him if he would make a decision by tomorrow. So he is going to think about it this evening. We're going to have a cookout at my house, and then will let us know how he's feeling tomorrow. So that's what I've asked him to do, and he wants to sleep on it. So the other fun thing we have is to announce that Steve Nash is with us today has been in England with some family problems. I guess your aunt, grandmother?
No, well, my grandmother's not doing as well as we'd like, but it was
Right.
more of a family trip.
So he was over there, and we haven't had a chance to introduce him to you, so that's a pleasure for us today. And Bill Duffy, his agent, is here with us, and a longtime friend from the Bay Area. And John and Jean Nash, the parents, are here with us. We're happy to have them with us also. I'll do a photo kind of a thing with the jerseys, I guess, at this point, and then we'll open it up to some questions. So let's do this. Number 13. Okay, that's Steve's. And number 41. All right. Okay. Turn them around. Oh,
You got my name already?
All right. All right. Before Steve says a few words, I'll also, I think I've said this before, but if I haven't, I'll say it again, that the trade that we were able to make during the draft not only got us the draft pick that we wanted, but also got us the point guard that we wanted. And it wasn't very long ago, like towards the end of the season, we were talking in terms of having a draft year this year and a free agent year the following year, in which we would then try to acquire a point guard. But that is gone a little bit faster than we anticipated, because in 1 year we were able to acquire both players, which are with us today. So we're very happy and pleased about that. And not only did we like our team last year, even though our record wasn't very good, we really liked a lot of the pieces, liked the way we were playing towards the end of the season, and thought that we were pretty darn competitive. Well, I feel real good about next year, and it wasn't very long ago I was sitting up here and telling you that I thought we could contend for a playoff spot, and that certainly hasn't changed. I feel really good about our team. Now that I'm the head coach, I'll say it again, and even stronger, that I like our team a lot. I think we are going to be very competitive, and competing for a playoff spot is certainly in our sights. We're going to go in to the season thinking that way, and I think it'll become a reality, because I think our talent level is good, and you all know our coaching is excellent. Well, anyway, let me introduce Steve first.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Coach. I think the most important thing I want to say today is just how excited and thankful I am that these guys have put so much in to bring me to Dallas. It's very flattering, and I'm just really excited. Not only am I excited because I get a chance to work with young Nelly again, and obviously his dad, who's done a terrific job for a long time, but I also get the chance to play with Michael Finley again, and a lot of great young players here, Dirk included. I've seen Dirk play on TV once this year, and he's very talented, and it's going to be exciting to play with all these guys now that I'm here. Beyond that, I'm just really excited because Dallas is a terrific sports city, and to be a part of the Dallas sports scene and an organization and a team that is definitely on the rise is just a tremendous feeling, especially being young and coming from a situation where I really wasn't utilized as much as maybe I would have liked. This is just tremendously exciting and a chance that I'm going to relish and really make the most of. And it's going to be really exciting for everyone involved, and hopefully the city of Dallas for a long time.
Okay, and Dirk, do you have a statement you want to make? No.
I'm all right.
Pass me the ball.
In the right spot.
No, I'm all right.
I have a question for Steve. Steve, you were in Dallas just before you was drafted around to do some camp thing. Would you ever imagine winding up back here again? I mean, over the last couple of years, rumors and things.
Right. Well, at the time I didn't, because I had come to do Jason's camp, and he was here, and I thought that was a cornerstone, so that really didn't enter into my mind. But since then, it seems as though me and Jason have traded places, sort of sliding doors effect. So I really didn't imagine it until most recently, and it's just really exciting again.
Don, you said you asked Dirk to make a commitment before he goes back tomorrow. Is that in part because of the looming lockout at midnight? You need to know where you stand with him?
No, I think he understands the lockout in that situation, and that's not a major concern because, as everybody knows, we're going to play again. We just don't know when. I mean, that's obvious. We will play again, professional basketball. But I think it's to our benefit to have a decision early. I would feel very uncomfortable if he would go back to Germany without making a commitment and have all summer to entertain other offers and talk to other teams. If we get a commitment from him that he's going to play with us, then it's over as far as I'm concerned. And his word is enough because, as you know, we can't sign a contract. But I'd like that very much. If not, I'm going to assume that we'll have to play without him. And then, we'll have to look to fulfill that need that we have in another way. So I think it's to our benefit to know early. That's why I've asked him for a decision.
Dirk, how much pressure does that put on you, and how well are you going to sleep tonight?
I don't feel any pressure, I just call my parents tonight and I speak with Holger over it, and I want to sleep over it, and then tomorrow I'll make a decision.
Well, let me introduce Holger, who is over here, also with a new suit, as you can see. That was just as difficult. Done a marvelous job, by the way, in training this young player, not necessarily for the NBA, that's how it's ended up, but just to become a great player and to be fundamentally sound. He has our deepest respect for the job that he's done. I wish all young players we could have the benefit of training under a great coach.
Coach, the pressure, Dirk said he feels no pressure. You didn't take the traditional path in the draft, and many people feel like, so is the pressure on you?
Yeah, I'd say there's some pressure on me, of course. But, it goes with the job, really. I'm really ready to accept either decision. I just think if we know early, it'll be better for our organization. And if he chooses not to play with us, which is a possibility, then we're going to have to wait. But I think the wait will still be worth it. And I may be criticized if that happens from you people, and I'll understand that and accept that. But still, we'll have a great player when he decides to join us. And if he chooses to go back, why then we'll have to make ends meet another way for a short period of time.
Dirk, has there been anything during this trip that has swayed your opinion of coming here now instead of later?
Well, the Dallas people have been nice to me all the whole trip, so I can't say nothing right now, but just everything's nice here and I have to think about it.
So the suit did nothing for you?
No, not so far.
Hey, the wrong commitment, I'm getting the suit back. It also fits me. Almost.
Steve, from your perspective as a guy who has 1 year left on his contract and might like to get an extension worked out before the season starts, could you talk about the labor situation and how it also affects your ability to fit in with new teammates and learn the system and have exposure to coaches?
Personally, I wish that the lockout didn't have to happen. I think for all parties involved, it'd be great if we didn't need to readjust or discuss the CBA. But I think that it really doesn't affect me. I'm not really worried about it at all. I think that I'll get a chance, hopefully in time, even if there's a lockout, to get to know my teammates, to try to get my foot in the door, even under the situation. And I think as far as an extension, I'm not worried about, that. I'm worried about, that'll happen as soon as the lockout's done. I have every intention of trying to stay here for a long time, and the lockout will only make that happen a few days later.
Well, I might also add that, we did pay a high price for Steve. There's no question about that. And we have a pretty good idea we can make a deal. Duff has been a friend for a long time. We got permission to speak to him before the trade went through. And we feel that we'll make a long-term commitment here when we're allowed to. Under the old rules, there is a window of opportunity that we can have with our young players after year 2. if that remains in effect, we'll look at that and try to make a long-term commitment, because we made the major deal to give Steve a chance. We think we know his skill. Donnie certainly knows his skill. He's our point guard of the future. It's his team. There is no, winning the job in training camp, although that sounds good. That sounds the way it should be. It's Steve's team, and he's going to be running his own team.
Dirk, is your decision, is it down to your concerns about your size and whether or not you're ready for the NBA? Is that the one thing you're not considering?
Yeah, just if I'm not ready for the NBA, sure, my body isn't right, I think. But they try to put me on the small forward spot, which is better for me, and, we'll see.
Do you feel better about that now than when you first got to Dallas?
Yeah, sure. I feel comfortable here, and, they support me in everything. I feel comfortable.
What have you told him to allay his concerns about his development early in his career in the NBA?
Well, I told him not to worry about, his reservations of the NBA or his skill level. That's our job. We evaluate talent all the time. We know that he's good enough that he can play at age 20 because of his skill level. And I think Holger also knows that he's ready. But he did have a 5-year plan 3 years ago in which he wanted to take step by step. And all of a sudden, he became a much better player earlier than he anticipated or Holger anticipated. And so in year 3, here he is in the NBA. And, he just, in his own mind, always thought it was a 5-year plan and he would be 2 more years in Europe. But we're trying now to convince him that the time is right.
Steve, there seemed to be a lot of interest in you around the league through trade. Did you expect this might happen, and did you have a preference as to what might have happened?
At first, I really didn't know what to expect. I think that it was really up in the air, and I mean that. I had no idea what was going to happen, and I don't think anyone really did. But as time went along and push came to shove, and obviously the draft being a tremendous opportunity to trade because of the picks and everything like that. But as that neared, I think that I became more accustomed to the fact that I was probably going to get traded, and that I definitely developed a liking for Dallas and definitely wanted to be a part of this situation. And I'm couldn't be happier the way it's worked out, and I somewhat was hoping for it.
Your relationship with Michael Finley, can you talk about that a little bit?
I love Michael. He's a great guy, great player. We got along really well. He was one of my best friends on the team my rookie year, and it was really sad to see him go. And I'm just excited. Not only is he a great guy and a great fan, but he's an awesome player to play with. He plays hard, competes, tremendously talented, and as good as he was his first couple years in the league, he's doubled that. I mean, he's just continued to improve in leaps and bounds, and if we know Michael like we know him, I'm sure he's going to improve more.
Don, how does the lockout affect you, and how does it affect the NBA right now, you think?
I get to go to Maui a little earlier than anticipated, and hopefully stay a little longer. No, I will be coming back and forth from Maui, take care of business here, whatever that may be.
How does it affect the league, you think, with the image?
How does it affect the league? I think the veteran teams benefit, if there is a benefit. I mean, nobody really benefits, but younger teams are penalized a little bit because we should be playing in the summer leagues. We should be playing all summer, and the older veterans should be taking the time off. Well, they're going to take the time off, and so are the younger players, which is a tremendous asset, I think, to the veteran teams.
Don, does Dirk's decision tomorrow have any bearings on your dealing with Cedric Ceballos?
I think that stands for itself. We've always said that we want to sign Cedric if it's possible to do that. We do have a major problem as far as length goes, and when I talked to his attorney, he's thinking in terms of his last contract, and so that means long and big. We're thinking more in terms of shorter term, and so therein does lie a problem. Is it going to be a problem, or is it going to change because of what's happening here today? It will not change, but there is a problem.
Dirk, how does it confuse your situation to make a commitment to the Mavericks when you don't know, because of the looming lockout, how much they can pay you?
I know how much they can pay me. I don't know exactly, but
It's a lot. It's a lot.
But you know that I make a commitment. If I don't get up to the money, because then I would stay in Europe. So I just do that. What's best for my development, and we'll see tomorrow.
Steve, you've been asked to do a lot already. Just come in being the starting guy. Have you also been asked to be a recruiter as well already?
We're not supposed to talk about that. No, I think that from my end of things, I can only tell Dirk how exciting it would be to play with him, and also how exciting it was for me as a rookie to play in the NBA, and that, his progress, I think, will double being around NBA players and playing with them. I think that it's just such a benefit. Obviously, though, the most important thing is what makes Dirk happy, and if he's not ready yet, then he's not ready, but we all know that we'll do our best to make him feel comfortable, and that I'm sure he'll have a great time, but we got to just leave him alone and let him make his own decision.
By chance, did you dye your hair to make him feel at home?
Yeah. I want to look like Jurgen Klinsmann. No, my brother plays professional soccer in England, and he came over to visit me in Phoenix about a month ago, and just for a laugh, we went and bleached our hair. So little did I know I'd be at a press conference a month later, and the roots are only about that far. So.
All right, guys, at this point, we'll break it down and let these guys answer some questions one-on-one.
Wait a minute, don't you want to talk about the earring I'm going to get? All right, thanks for coming.
You signed a 4-year contract with one of the teams. Is there a chance you just like it so much there you will never come here? Or do you think for sure one day you'll be here?
I think for sure one day I come here because everyone who starts with the 40
you got his own barbershop.
dream to come to the NBA, so I'm sure I will come one day to the NBA. For sure.
Is there anything else they can do or say that will make you say, okay, I'm coming? Or is it just a matter of you thinking right now? Oh, really?
Sorry?
Is there anything else Dallas Mavericks can do or say that would make you come now? Or is it just basically what you think?
No, I think they've done all they can. They're all nice, and they treat me nice, and they show me around. So I think they've done everything.
Watch the game? Then I want to get on.
Yeah, only the first half and the second half.
We're getting him on there too?
Yeah, if you want. Okay. Yeah, right now?
Yeah. Or you can take it with you. I know.
The second half was better than the first half.
Yeah, second half was great.